In the beginning of my depression, it was really bad, and I just up and packed all my shit and went to Colorado for a couple of years. Yeah. No, didn't even tell anyone. I just like I thought about it one night, booked the ticket, and I went. Didn't had nothing lined up. Like I just, like I said, it was the beginning of my depression, and it was like the worst stage of it. Yeah. So, aside from that, I've lived here my whole life, aside from those couple of years. Did the same thing. I up and moved to Minnesota for about a year because I wanted to get the hell away. Yeah, that's pretty much what my Colorado trip was. And, thinking back on it, it was a nice experience. Just no sane person would do it without a plan. And let alone think about it one night and be on the plane the next morning. And I did just up and leave my house. A fully furnished house. I just fucking left it. I made no plans for it. I just fucking left. And yeah, the only plan I made is the morning that I went to take the plane, I went to one of my good friend's house. And I had a key to her house because, we're good friends. So I let myself in, wrote her a note on the kitchen table, telling her that she could go into my house and take whatever she wanted. And to do it soon. Yeah. Well, technically she had a couple of months she could have. Nothing was going to happen for a couple of months, but eventually they were gonna notice I was gone. Yeah, mine, like, it wasn't my house or anything. It was a rented, yeah, I wouldn't just leave a house that I literally paid for. But it was a rented, situation, yeah. Although, who knows, I might have. I just would have kept paying the bills, Yeah. Because I think I knew it was temporary. Like, it's just, I didn't at the same time. I was, like, it was a really bad depression. Like, some really bad shit happened. And it was the beginning of it, right? The beginning's the worst. That's when you're off the walls. You're literally an insane person at that point, and that's what I was. I was literally insane. I didn't think about anything past the thought, Yeah, people do it, like, it depends on your mental state, right? Anything. Like, the minute you stop caring about shit, anything can happen, Like, a person who stops caring about stuff is the most dangerous person in the world because they have nothing to lose. Like, those are the people you want to stay away from because they have nothing to fucking lose. But yeah, thinking back on it, it was kind of a nice experience. It just, I'm very lucky that I was, well, I'm lucky I was young back then, younger than I am now. Because I don't know how well that would have flown, like, like I said, I didn't line anything up. Easier get shit when you're younger. When you're older, takes a little more work. Yeah. So yeah, I was lucky in that situation. I found a place to live fairly fast. Work kinda was lined up, you know, like I had a job, I just asked for a transfer, and you know, like it was kind of lined up. That's why I picked Colorado to begin with. But homing definitely was not. I loved up there in Minnesota. It was so nice. I hated coming back, but I fell into more of a depression up there. Like thoughts were in my head 24/7. Me, I probably would have stayed in Colorado. I enjoyed it, and I found it was very similar to Edmonton, where I live right now. But I'll be completely honest. Depression is not the reason I came back. I got homesick. You know, I'm Canadian bound. You know, and I did that in a depression, you know, so obviously I had no friends there. You know, I was by myself in a stranger town, you know, well, city. And yeah. Yeah, so that's kind of why I came back, you know. It's just at a point it's like, you know, I might not hang out with people a lot over here, but at least they're over here, you know? Like, at least if I want to hang out with some friends, they are here. Honestly, I don't know what was wrong with me. I had this great day today, and on the way home, I had a freaking breakdown. I know exactly how you feel. I've had quite a few of those lately. And, yeah, things are starting to pile up in my head lately, and that's why I freaked out so quickly the last stream. I know I ended before you could even get a chance to get into it. Yeah, but the last stream was like 30 minutes, and a big part of it was, you know, things already piling in my head, and then it was quiet and stream, and like, yeah, it's just like, you know. But I get what you're saying. The worst is when it comes out of nowhere. It's like nothing happened to trigger it, right? Like you're happy 1 minute, and then next thing you know, you were fucking pissed. You know? Like, and nothing's gonna solve it until you go to sleep and just wake up a little better the next day, you know? Yeah. You know, or not. Maybe you wake up worse, you know, who knows? But hopefully it's better. I've had those days, you know, especially like, you know, like I said, my family is not close by, so we are not close. So for the most part, I'm alone, you know, like, yeah. And, you know, so there's, you know, there's very limited directions I can go for, you know, people maybe taking me out of thought processes, you know? So, you know, hopefully you do a little better tomorrow. Yeah. Like, there's not much you can say in a situation like that, you know? And especially since I know how it goes. It's like, you know... The worst thing is you don't want someone saying, oh, it'll be better tomorrow, because they don't know you. They don't know you. They don't know you'll be better tomorrow. Like, that's just a stupid fucking thing to say. So the best you can say is just that you hope it's better tomorrow. And not that you know it will be, because you don't. I mean, on our way home today, my wife kind of just sat there quiet. Quiet because of how you were, because you were pissed, or was her quietness what triggered it? What I think is funny, well, maybe it's, you know, it's not like hilarious, ha ha ha, but what always kind of interested me is how you can be surrounded by people and still feel very alone, you know? Yeah. I've had moments of that where you're around loved ones and you feel like you're not, you know? You feel like they're not even there. Yeah. I don't know if that was explained very well, but yeah. I think that's the worst part of, like, mental health type issues, is that no one can save you except for yourself.